this Read and Lead series of videos. Today we are talking about John C. Maxwell's The Leader's Greatest Return, Attracting, Developing and Multiplying Leaders. In this classic book on leadership, John Maxwell talks about 10 rules how a leader should behave to groom others into leaders, to develop more leaders for the organization, to have multiple leaders. Identify potential leaders, attract the future leaders, understand them, motivate and groom them, equip the potential leaders, empower the new ones, position the potential leaders into teams where they can have better impact, mentor and train them, reproduce the steps of development so that we can have development of future leaders as a continuous stream, and then compound the impact so that the leaders you develop have more to benefit the organization as well as develop further leaders. The ultimate goal of all leaders should be to work themselves out of job. That is, you groom potential leaders and you get out so that they take your position. Building the next generation of leaders is not easy. It will take time, effort. It's a painful job. It sucks your energy. But then the return on investment is tremendous. When current leaders build future leaders, everyone comes out better ahead so that they will build further new leaders. Identify potential leaders and help them grow. The first question you need to ask is what is needed. Define the primary roles, the responsibilities, the functions, the expectations, the objectives of the future leaders that they have to fulfill. Who has the leadership potential within the organization? This is to understand the people within the team and see whether they understand the corporate culture, whether the people within the organization have an ability to influence others in your company, whether they can motivate the team. For this, we have to consider many people and focus on those who excel at bringing out the best in the people around them, people who have to motivate and inspire the team. The next question the leader should ask is who has the leadership potential outside the organization? When will you ask this? When we don't have people within the organization who display the potential to take up the leadership position, we will have to look for people externally because the organization, the institution has to go on. We have to look for people who fit the team's culture, who fit the organization culture. Many a time, a new CEO recruited from outside has been found not able to motivate the insiders and the CEO has to leave because of the misfit in the culture. This also happens when two organizations go for a JV or merge or acquisition, etc. The next question is, are they willing? You may identify a person to be a suitable leader, but is that person willing to take up that role, the responsibility to play the guide of the team? Are the potential leader willing to learn, willing to be a team player, willing to give benefit and credit to others, willing to build the skills that is required to be a leader? Are they thoughtful? Are they aware? Are they having mindfulness? Are they empathetic? Will they add value to the company and the team? You have to select people very wisely. Are they able? Are they capable? The talented candidates who excel in their jobs need not necessarily be the best leaders. They should have the charisma to inspire others to follow. Do they have the wow effect? And then have they produced results? Seek people who fulfill assignments and meet their goals because discipline is an important quality of a leader and because they have to be not only effective but efficient in performing their duties. Next is to attract future leaders by inviting them to practice the leadership. Like a dinner table is where the family bonds, or a round table is where multiple diverse opinions are debated, leadership table is where the corporate is run from. People, the leaders, learn and lead each other to take the corporate to the next step. So the potential leader should have opportunity to participate in the dynamics. Potential leader has an opportunity to meet your firm's leaders and get a hands-on experience. Potential leader should have an opportunity to learn by practicing. You can never get the best out of the people if you don't know who they are, what they are, where they want to go, how they want to go, what they care about, why they do certain things, how they think about certain things, and how they want to contribute and how they want to achieve their goals. To know all these things about the people, we need to bring them to the table and let them work. In other words, let them lead, let them practice, let them bring out their skills, let them exhibit their capabilities. Only then the top leaders will be able to understand and appreciate them as to how they fit in the dynamic organization. So the leader should provide opportunities to the potential leader who whoever shows promise to exhibit their skills. We should have open seats for them to come and display their wares. Everyone should participate, everyone should contribute, everyone should have an equal opportunity to compete to get the position. Next is leader should understand and guide the future leader. How do we guide them? We guide them by spending more time with them and helping them, groom them and polishing them. When encouraged by participation in unfettered discussions, that is, you brainstorm, you allow them to come out their ideas, you allow them to struggle, even if you know they will fail, let them do the way they want to do so that they will learn practically. Only then executives will become hopeful that they could develop a plan so that together you can have a better future. Yes, it is important to have soft skills like asking, listening, empathetically being on their shoes, understanding their perspectives. But for a leader, these are very crucial, and a future leader should have this more. So the current leader should exhibit these qualities to understand more about the future leader so that he can understand the team and lead in the future. Basically, one should win the emotional support of the people before you can expect them to put in effort or provide intellectual support. This is a necessity for any leader to build a team. Unmotivated or demotivated employees are a blight on our organization. Many companies use external motivators like pay rise, promotions and so on. This will inspire people to a certain extent. But external perks are not the best way to motivate people. People should get motivated from within. It should be within them. Several tons of dirt must be moved out to get an ounce of gold. That is how we mine. But we don't go to mine to look for dirt to be removed. We looking for the gold. Likewise, we have to find out what is that spark in that person that will help him motivate himself, what inspires him, and we need to find a way to lit up that spark. Inspire yourself, then inspire others to motivate. You can energize others, be it people with leadership potential or not, be it your team members, subordinates or teams, by inspiring them to motivate themselves. So the only thing that you need to do is A. Inspire yourself and then inspire them to motivate themselves. Inspire them to motivate themselves. How do we equip potential leaders? If you don't ask questions, you may find yourself teaching the wrong person, the wrong thing at the wrong time for the wrong reason. If you don't ask questions, you will find yourself that you are teaching the wrong person, the wrong thing at the wrong place for the wrong reason at the wrong time. So equip future leaders to be the best they can be. Ask them and find out what they are, what they want to be, how they want to contribute and how they want to be helped. If they are not willing to take up the leadership role, there is no point in you wasting time in grooming them. So equip the right person, equip in the right way. How do we equip? There are 6 essential practices. Be an example others want to follow. Develop your credibility so that people follow you. Gather your potential leaders around you. Make sure your upcoming leaders are close to you so that they can learn from you, they can shadow you. Put the proximity principle to work. Ask the right questions. Be diagnostic. Why we need to ask questions? Because answers to specific questions reveals what they need to learn, what they have, what they can complement, what they can supplement, what they lack. Encourage potential leaders to learn by doing. Practice makes perfect. Draw on the practical magic of on-the-job training. Let them lead, let them fall or fail and get up and learn. Set equipping goals within them. How do we equip? By letting each potential leader you develop to have his or own goals. Specific, realistic, measurable, achievable, but the one that you are looking for in terms of effectiveness, efficiency and endure to the organization. Remove barriers to growth. Become a lead lifter. How do we do that? If you don't want your potential leaders to be trapped in the bins and confined under the tight leads, let them be free. Open it up. Let them show their leadership skills every moment, every day in everything so that they can grow. These are the 6 practices of equipping. Then a leader needs to empower the upcoming leaders. How? Maximize their capabilities. This is what you should help. How? Empowerment involves enabling people to work to their maximum potential. By this, everyone benefits. Those who are empowered, empower others. We have each of us a cause, a reason, base to think with great gratitude, deep gratitude, tremendous gratitude. What? Those who have lighted the flames within us. Each one of us, we have learned, we have become what we are. We are polished as a diamond because of the efforts of somebody. So this happens only when there is empowerment, allowing somebody to get up to their maximum potential, empower to maximum capabilities. How do we empower? We empower by making sure that people embrace people's potential. The leaders encourage collaboration, leaders welcome accountability, and leaders give value to ownership of the people, for the people, by the people. How do we do this? Ignite people's potential, and this is by encouraging them, by opening doors for them, to your cabin, to the leadership position, to the problem. Open up the doors, let them act on the scene. Cooperation matters, collaboration is also necessary. Competition is not absolute necessity. It's better and helps to eliminate silos and turf wars if you allow coordination, cooperation and collaboration. Lack of being answerable to one's own action is something that is wrong. So we should ask for responsibility and accountability so that leaders are not sloppy and there is no confusion in their role and expectation and outcomes. Ownership is better than accountability. When people take ownership of a task or a project, they ensure the results are as expected. This is empower. Position. We have to position potential leaders in places so that they will definitely grow and become better and provide more impact for the organization. The quality leader has a power. A group of quality leaders has more power. The most powerful of all is the team of quality leaders. But it is very difficult to make a team of quality leaders work together. Everybody wants to be a leader. Nobody wants to be a member of a team. Nobody wants to be a follower. Empowerment is you have to give them freedom to act. Not only that, you should make them accountable for the results. Leaders normally like to lead, so you have to empower them. Creating a team of leaders is difficult, but that is what every leader should do, of creating a team of potential leaders so that they know what team working is. What should we look for in a position? In positioning, we have to look for proven leadership abilities, awareness of others' loads, appreciation for the team, willingness to put the team first. That is, we have to identify people who have shown that they can do more, and people who shown that as a team they are far better than as individuals. The effect of synergy. Then we have to help people define their individual contribution. They should know what they are going to contribute, and after they contributed, they should know what they contributed towards the success or failure. Awareness. And then we have to find people who believe in themselves, respect themselves and others, and love their team. People who are kind and nice towards each other work together better. And then leaders who prioritize the interest of the team over their own interest, and the interest of the organization over their own interest. Leaders who put the goals of the team above the personal agenda. They are the ones who should be positioned to future leadership positions. A leader should mentor. How? By training the potential leaders to move ahead. If you mentor, what helps is they will go further and faster, easier. Mentoring helps to go further and faster, easier. Everyone needs help to achieve their best. So a leader has to be selfless, and leaders should be willing to redirect the focus and efforts towards the betterment of others. All this keeping the organizational goals in mind. Everything has been passed down. So unless you mentor somebody, you are not thankful to somebody having mentored you. There is nothing you know that you haven't learned from someone else. How to choose a mentor? Does the mentor have the credibility? Is the mentor's strength compatible with the person that he might mentor? That is, are you and his strength compatible? Does the mentor reproduce other leaders? That is, he producing leaders, or is he just being a leader himself? So these are the questions one should ask before choosing a mentor. You can't be a legitimate mentor unless people believe in you. So you have to have credibility, reliability. If not, mentoring experience will frustrate both the parties. And then, does the mentor produce future leaders is the measure of how many worthy leaders the mentor has produced over a period of time. How to be a mentor? To be a mentor, you have to choose the person you will mentor. Your mentoring candidates shouldn't choose you. You must select them. You as a mentor should set expectations up front for you and for the other person. Be clear about what you hope to accomplish. Personalize your mentoring and then care enough to have crucial conversations. Critical conversation is enough because you need to directly address the important issues that you as a mentor have and the potential leader has. The mentor also has to provide mentoring the spirit of servant leadership. You should be a servant to help your potential leader achieve their goal. The more successful you are, the more you are in demand. So you need to make use of your time wisely. Spend it on possible future potential leaders by picking it very specifically. And once you have picked up the person you will like to coach, you have to have an understanding so that there is no misunderstanding from the candidate, the future potential leader, about what he can expect from you. Reproduce the steps of development. Every leader should have the capability to produce and reproduce more leaders. How? Leaders you bring about should themselves develop future leaders. Only then it will be help. You have to pass the baton. Every firm and family needs a bench of ready leaders. You have to create people who are ready to take up the organization leadership position. Everyone is expected to mentor someone. Leaders should focus on developing leaders, not recruiting followers. You don't want disciples. And leaders should become more than mentors. They should become sponsors. So leaders should mentor. It's a necessity of the organization that you should have more leaders, not just passive employees. And sponsors are the one who open doors for others and put others first, put people first and not look at their self-interest. So leaders should compact the impact. How does a leader compact the impact? You should do this by ensuring the Pareto principle. The more leaders you develop, the more your organization will benefit. So how do you pick and choose and what you do and where you spend your time and what you focus on? There's a story that the Amazon rainforest has only 227 species of trees that are covering 50% of the forest. But overall, there are 16,000 unique species in the Amazon rainforest. So if only 227 account for 50% of the overall 16,000 species, what do we understand? We understand that 20% of the group is responsible for 80% of the results. 20% are effective, 20% are efficient, 20% are the result bearing, 20% are the one that gives the benefit. The rest 80% are only support functions. People who understand one another work better, and leaders are always drawn and effective in leading when you have a team that is worthy of being cared about. That is where you have empathy. So it means in the 80-20 principle, in your potential leadership bunch, you will have 20% who are going to be really effective. And you need that 80% where you care, who will provide the support for you to bring out the results. The repetitive value depends on the robustness, how active you are, how productive you are, how effective you are, how efficient you are, how determined you are, how devoted you are to the cause. And if you listen, if you understand, you will be able to be a better leader and compound the effect. Eventually, new leaders will step up the management responsibilities and lighten the load of the current leaders because you will be able to delegate, defer. Due to the compounding impact, you will have far more better leaders down the line and they will all be performing in more efficient way and the effectiveness of getting the outcome of the organization will be easier. The goal will be reached faster. This is far more than simply reaping the investment you made in them. How? By producing more leaders and reproducing. This is what is attracting, developing and multiplying leaders is. So we have to identify potential leaders, we have to attract them to the position, we have to understand and guide them so that they can be properly groomed, we have to motivate them to take up the responsibility, we have to equip them to be accountable, we have to empower them so that they display their capabilities, we have to position them so that they can increase their impact, we have to mentor them so that they can get ahead in their careers faster and help others grow. We have to reproduce so that we can bring about leaders who produce future leaders, and then we have to compound the effect, because the leaders you develop are more than what the organization benefits from you. Thanks for watching this video on John C. Maxwell's leadership.